Meeting to order. It is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. It's 1:30 p.m. and we're going to have the clerk go over our quarterly statement. I'll turn over to our clerk, Lori.
So we come across that code. I think it's like, is it 36, David? 36,
311611.
Yeah. So now that I'm aware of it, we need to do it. Because it is code. However, Timmy gives that to you all the paperwork.
Yes,
every single
I
month.
believe that we've met the code as long as, we've been given, it's monthly.
Right, you
When
guys have been doing
the code was set
it.
out, it's,
Right.
it's probably all that they have.
So I just did a little cheat sheet for you guys, and it has the expenses and then what the revenue was, and then on the back page of it has the would you like a back page?
That's all right. If you need it to talk.
Yeah, I got a back page.
Do you need it to describe it?
No. So and then the back page is just the cash liabilities where everybody's sitting to date.
Okay.
So so far so good. Everything's going pretty good.
Okay.
Been watching the budget variances and going through, but they're so long. I would just wish each one of these is like for and if you want them, I can start doing them, but it's just so much paperwork.
I would rather have it like this.
Okay.
I think it's more simple down, and then
it's very basic. These are our revenues that we've brought in. These are our expenses that have gone out, and this is our cash liability. So in saying that, nothing is so far is jumping out, screaming, being glaring.
okay. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. So I do, I have a revenue by quarter that I can hand over. You guys can have that. I mean, I just made the one copy.
Okay. It's called revenue by quarter?
Yeah.
What report does that say?
I don't know what report it is. I just did yes I do. Is that in 861 perhaps? Oh, it's a 308.
Was that what this says, 308?
I think it's a 308.
Yeah, I'm not sure where
Does it say?
revenue by quarter. That's a neat report.
So every one of those reports that we get, it sucks for revenue. They just nothing because when we budget, we're budgeting in what we think we're going to get in our taxes. So then what our taxes become revenue when we levy for them, but then when we get them, when we receive the taxes, then it becomes an asset. So when you start looking, so like when we're trying to figure out how much we actually got in taxes so far, we wind up having to do that 200 report. And then with that 200 report, we have to take out, we have to go through and we have to take out what we have. Because see, it's already showing that we've received it and it's a revenue. Well, it's really not a revenue because we haven't really received it.
That's right, it's projected.
It's projected, but yet everything, every report, it's deceiving.
Right.
So.
Well, maybe they can hopefully change some of that with the new system.
And now that now that I'm very aware of it, I know how to kind of work around it. But when you give this report to somebody, the public, it's deceiving to them with good reasoning.
Yeah.
So now I just give the report and I write down there, okay, this, all my notes. Because I don't want people to be deceived.
Mhm.
When you're dealing with government money, it's different. So
Exactly.
it's
It's accrual, not cash. And that's just another world.
right. So
Do we have any questions?
Not at this
No.
time.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
Yes.
doing this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. So we'll be seeing these every quarter. Okay. More work.
I know. I just want to make sure that we're,
Yeah, I agree.
that we're
Yeah.
aware of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you choose to say no, we're not doing that, then I'm fine with that. Okay. But as long as I know,
I'll run it by Tony and just see. We just run it by Tony because I think that code. I think the code. We get it monthly, and so it's not. It's not like a regular business where we pay quarterly tax. Well, we do, but this isn't part of it. This is
right.
so it's not like
Right.
yeah. I don't see where it would be really necessary, but we can ask
Well,
Tony to make sure.
And I don't mind doing it. It takes a whole whopping 10 minutes,
Okay.
come in and do it. And then we're meeting
Okay.
the rules and regulations, and then we could come back and say.
Yeah, and it is nice to see that if we did see problems, you'd be able to say, hey,
Yeah.
I think that's a
Right.
good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
So the budget variances. We kind of followed this one pretty tight, although the revenue is horrible again. But it has all of the expense lines
Mm-hmm.
and what was budgeted and what has been spent, which is nice. And I could have done that, but this is the thing. It's really nice because it's red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's either under budget in the revenue if it's red, or it's over budget if it's red in the expenses.
Okay.
But that's a lot
Yeah.
of money to print these
Yeah.
because it's red ink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive. And I love you, but you ain't worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just you can send that to us on the email. PDF.
Yeah. I
I think
totally do
I
that.
think we can do those reports, the budget variance. I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. We can do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do our
So
own report.
just
We
Yep,
can.
we
just-
can.
Seen it.
Just be cautious when you look at it in that whole revenue piece, okay?
Okay.
That revenue piece is a little
So the revenue is red when it's and when it's
when it's under budget, under the revenue, then it's red. And it tells you on the report. It tells you, and for the expense side of it, if it's red, it's over budget.
Okay. So it would be under budget, meaning our projection of our income.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, under projected income.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
I just don't want you to get lost in that whole revenue piece of it on here, because it seems to be, it tells you what is budgeted and what we've actually gotten. But when it comes to taxes, we don't project, we don't budget
Mm-hmm.
past taxes.
Yeah.
Really, so we do get them, we've got 19 and 20 and 21 and 22. We didn't budget for that
Mm-hmm.
because because you don't know if you're going to get it. So
Yeah.
anything you get at that, over that, is just gravy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd rather have it and think of it as a win
Mm-hmm.
versus
Yeah, because you really can't.
you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure that out of how to actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went back and we really were like, oh, it's never been done. Nobody's ever done it. He didn't do it years prior. Tammy didn't do it. And Peyton didn't do it again.
Okay.
So those past ones, they just brought into the new property tax. So, all right,
Okay.
that's all I have.
You made my throat hurt just listening.
If there's nothing further, we're adjourned.